All right, I am here with Fred Doucette, who I interviewed a few weeks back at the First in the Nation event, and now you are here as a Trump supporter, not just a Trump supporter. What's your position in the campaign?
I happen to be a co-chairman for the state of New Hampshire with Representative Steve Stepanak out of Bedford, New Hampshire. There's two of us that are chairing the state of New Hampshire for the Trump for President campaign.
Now, what attracted you to Trump? Now, I imagine as a New Hampshire state representative, you're popular to begin with presidential campaigns. So how did Donald Trump cross the finish line?
Absolutely, Peter. I've been interested in Mr. Trump for many a year and intrigued by him more so. His people, we started talking months before I signed on board, and I liked what he had to say. I liked what his people had to say. Like we've talked before, I consider myself a good judge of character. I'm not a politician. I'm a retired fireman. And like I told you before, my quote-unquote, and forgive the phraseology, my BS meter is pretty well tuned. And this guy is the real deal. He really cares about this country. He's got a plan that can work. He's saying things like you hear all the time. I must hear it 15 times a day. He's saying things that I'm thinking, but it's not right to say, or it's not PC to say. He says those things, and he means those things.
Now, one of the things I've noticed is, and as a conservative writer and blogger, I see a lot of conservatives go absolutely nuts over Trump advancing. What are they missing about this?
I honestly don't know, and that's kind of the big question. One of the big questions in my mind's eye is Mr. Trump's keeping us in the front of the news feed. Every other question, it seems to be, even to the other candidates, you know, on our side of the aisle and the other side of the aisle, seems to be about Mr. Trump. I don't know what's driving that, but the mere fact that he's an outsider, like he said in his own words, he can't be bought. I think that bothers a portion of the party. I'm not sure. He's a nonconformist, and I think that's what's attractive to a lot of people, myself included.
Now, one of the things that, and I wrote about this week, that one of the things that bothers some in the media and some in the Republican Party is that we are a niche market. I mean, when it comes down to it, there's only a small percentage of people who follow the news regularly, follow politics mainly. Mr. Trump's, the people who follow him, is much larger than that. Is it really, could it be a question that they're just being swamped by a bunch of people that aren't used to being steered by them to some degree?
I don't know that it's that. I think, and speaking frankly, I think his celebrity brings a certain group of individuals, but once they listen to him speak and find out what he's thinking relative to policy and you know, issues like that, they're far more attracted to him vis-a-vis the event today. We announced this because we didn't know Mr. Trump had jury duty on Monday. We couldn't announce this event until after he went there and we found that he was cleared from jury duty. We sit here on a Wednesday afternoon, and I can tell you we've had in excess of 1,800 RSVPs for an 850-seat venue. So
there'll be a lot of people waiting outside.
Absolutely, and we have plenty of water on hand. But that's just a testament to you know, the fact that people want to hear what he has to say. I don't think it's all about his celebrity. Partially, you know, you have to be a realist. Partially, there are some people that, you know, are attracted to that. But I'm finding, at least in my own personal experience, people that listen to him talk, they ask the questions after, because I speak to people after, and I speak to people in my district, and they're all asking the same kind of questions and saying the same kind of commentary relative to, you know, he's saying things, man, I want some, that's what I would say is the thing I hear the most.
Well, he's certainly driving issues. I mean, he's talking issues, and those become the issues of the day.
Was anybody speaking about immigration reform prior to Mr. Trump?
Well, the media wasn't reporting it.
Nobody was speaking about it. He's driving the issue, like you just said. Absolutely. It's a very important issue.
Well, Fred, I know you're very busy today, and I thank you for giving me 4 or 5 minutes before the event. And if people want to find out more about the Trump campaign, where should they go?
DonaldTrump.com.
Okay, Fred Doucette, State Representative from Saylor and co-chair of the Trump campaign here in New Hampshire. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you, Peter. I look forward to seeing you again.
All right, you can't miss me.